Well, hello, everyone. Welcome to the CollaborativeU TV, where we educate, empower, and inspire you to go higher in your business and just in your regular life. Okay. Well, today I am super excited. Oh my gosh, super excited. I have a guest who, she not new to y'all, but she might be new to some of you guys, but she is an amazing brand expert, an amazing digital marketer, and on-air personality. I mean, she is doing it, and she's doing it in a big way. And we just want to welcome her on to the CollaborativeU TV today. Welcome, Meka Diamond.
Thank you. Thank you for the warm welcome. I'm super excited to be here. So I'm excited to be here.
Oh, we are glad you are here this morning, because you know what, there are a lot of people out here in these digital streets, right?
Yes.
And they doing some things. Okay, they are doing some things, and there are some that are sitting on the sidelines and they are aspiring to do some things. And so I just thought it'd be really important, as the CollaborativeU is continuing to build and educate, to bring on a specialist like you to discuss, that digital space and how to brand your product digitally. Whether, yeah, it depends on which way you want to go, but I'm just the interviewer. You are the person, the expert on the panel today to talk to us about that. Tell us a little bit about how you even got started, Meka, in that digital space.
Well, I started out in a hair salon, right? And so I was a hairstylist, and I had to figure out ways in order to bring exposure to me and my brand when it came to hairstyling. And so that was long time, over 20 years ago. So, technology wasn't the same as it is today.
Right.
But I had to creatively think of ways that I can bring exposure to myself, whether it be, digital marketing online or offline. And you have to bring exposure to whatever it is that you're bringing to the marketplace. And so as technology grew, and especially in this pivotal time right now,
right.
You have to figure out a way in order to continue to not get lost in the shuffle. In order for you to continue to move, there are a lot of businesses that are the same, but creatively, what can you do to set your business apart? And so I had to get with some graphic designers, because I'm a creative guru. I want to be set apart, I want to be different from everybody else. So I had to talk to them and share with them what my ideas were. And based on it being a need that a lot of businesses need, but they don't know how to get the exposure, was one of the reasons I said, you know what, I'm going to be able to showcase to them how it was the good, the bad, and the ugly of digital marketing. When you put something out there and you don't get any engagement, and when you put something out there versus something that you put out and you get good engagement, you get potential clientele, you build relationships with those who are intact and tuned into what it is that you're putting out in the marketplace. So that's how I got started.
Well, and I think that you brought some really important key points to the light, because there are a lot of individuals who have been in a particular industry for a long time, right? Going a certain way. But I mentioned times are changing. The game changes all the time. If you're a sports fan, things that people do on the field now, they could do it before, they can't do it now. So things. And so for those of you who have a brand and you've been doing it a certain way, I mean, Meka, what would you say that they need to do to figure out how to pivot in this new marketing, this new digital brand?
Well, one of the things is you have to decide. Right now, people are very cautious on where they're spending their dollars. Right. So you can't just put something out there that and expect people to purchase, or for people to want your specific services. So what you have to do is you have to solve a problem in the marketplace. You have to realize, what is my business going to solve in the marketplace that will bring me potential clients? And that's one of the things that I think we missed. We want to bring exposure, but we don't really want to invest in the time to figure out, okay, what problem am I actually solving? Why would they want to purchase my services or my product? So I think that needs to be the direction that people need to go in. Brand and creating the digital brand should be a legacy. If this is a business that you have and you want longevity, you want it to be here when you're gone, passed on to your children, generational wealth, then you have to make sure that you're branding yourself legacy wise, because you want to make sure that it continues to move with the times. You want to continue to be ahead, 2 feet ahead, because when you get to a pivotal time that we're in right now, you've already had consistency with your brand. You're already doing the necessary things and utilizing the necessary tools so that you don't get lost in the shuffle. So it's easy to pivot. But if you are in a space that you've been doing, you don't know how to pivot, I would say that would be the first thing, to understand what it is that you're going to do, and creatively, what am I going to target in the marketplace? Who am I going to target in the marketplace in order to make sure that you're getting the potential clients that you're looking for?
So what I'm hearing you say is, just because Kiki doing it, don't do just what Kiki doing, because Kiki probably has a different target market than you do, right? And so that's really important, because I do see, a lot of people who tend to, because they haven't thought it out, they tend to look like the next person, right? And so I love what you said, that you have to create your own branding. What are some of the things, when you were considering, your new pivot and your branding, what were some things that you considered? I know one is, of course, the target market, but as far as your brand itself, what are some things that you considered?
What's going to set me apart? Like you said, and let's just be clear, there are a lot of people during this pivotal time have been blessed with some gifts, have been utilizing some software, and they grew and been educated, and they've been doing some things as well, so they know how to do graphic designs. But it's so much more strategic. It's so much more strategic than just having a flyer, than having a video. Then you have to utilize the techniques and what you have, but it's so many more strategic methods to it. You have to know color schemes. You have to know what's going to grab the attention. You have to know, if I post something on social media, and know what social media is actually even used for. If I post something on social media, why did this post get as much engagement as the next post? So you have to pay attention to the analytics. There's so many more avenues to understand in the digital marketing atmosphere. And if you know that it's not your level of expertise, get with somebody who understands what it is. Because again, there are a lot of people who don't understand that when you put something out there, or when you hire someone who's in the digital marketing industry, or they're developing content for you, you need to understand the methods and the strategies on why they are doing what they are doing. So if you don't get the engagement, you understand why you're not getting the engagement. And if you are getting the engagement, what do we need to do to continue that? So I pay attention to those things. I pay attention from one post to the next. Why didn't I have these many numbers as much as I have on that number? And then think about, okay, it grabbed this target. Why didn't it grab that target? So there are so many things that you need to adhere to make sure that you understand the marketing process when it comes to the digital content that you're putting out there in the atmosphere.
And I love what you're saying, because you're absolutely right. Most people don't understand, number one, where to even find their target audience. Number two, what their post and even how to look at analytics. Somebody's like, Anna, what is that? So you're absolutely right. Investing in yourself, investing in learning more about the digital space is absolutely necessary. And having someone like yourself, a consultant, for those of you who, let's talk about that, because I know that it's better to invest in a consultant. But for those who they might not be able to do that just yet, they may not be able to find a way to, they may not have the what do you call it, the budget, the budget to do that. What are some key things that they can do just simply until they're able to move to a space where they can invest more?
Well, I would say, again, first, understand what you're bringing to the marketplace. That would be my number one. Pitching, doing a pitch, 20 seconds, 20 words, 20 seconds, or 15 seconds or less, an elevator pitch, 15 from one floor to the next. And just understanding what you're bringing to the marketplace will be number one. Number two, what is going to set my business apart? You're looking at all of these other businesses that are out here in the marketplace. What's going to be my niche for my business? And then creatively coming up with, there are plenty of apps that you can utilize that are on, any digital device that you can use. You can use until you can get the funding, or have a budget that you can hire someone to create that content for you. Also, do the research. There are plenty of things that you can Google online that will tell you, explain to you the necessary steps that you need to take that can help you along in the process of understanding what your target audience will be. And you can build things that are target specific. And then also, you learn in the digital platforms. There are a lot of people who use one platform and don't like the second platform, so they don't use the second platform.
Right.
But if you look into your numbers and your network of exposure, even if you don't like it, it's still exposure for yourself. You are actually, I would say, watering down the potential clientele because you're not utilizing all of the resources and the digital marketing platforms in order for you to grow in exposure. You just never know where your client is going to come from. So don't miss out on that client or the money because of not liking one platform. Utilize them all. There are also platforms, software that you can utilize. You can post on one platform and it'll go to every platform that you're attached to.
Right.
So those are the simple things that I would tell them to do. In the meantime, be looking at those who can actually coach you in the process. There are those who you automatically think that you can't fit. They're not in your budget. But if you have a conversation with them and understand that there's different levels, you can get something that could be within your budget. You just have to have that consult and discovery call to see what that something will be.
Absolutely. And you bring up a perfect point, because a lot of times we do kind of cancel our abilities before we even get to them, whether
Yes.
it's fear, whether it's for just a lack of knowledge, whatever it is, we cancel that ability. But I love what you said about utilizing more than one digital platform, because sometimes we get comfortable with who we have, but there is a scripture that says, you can't do miracles in your own town sometimes.
Yes.
Sometimes you have to expand past your borders and expose yourself to different people. And that's something that's key in, like you said, learning about the digital platforms and where people are, where is your target market. So if you were advising a brand new person, of course, absolutely, I know that it's important for you to figure out who you're serving. Absolutely figure out what your platform is, get your branding together. But what about content? Like, how would you kind of advise them on content? Because I see people, a lot of people are a little all over the place, right? And so if you're solving a problem, what would you recommend on the content? Like, what are some of the things, the tips and the tools you use?
Okay. So my biggest tool that I use is my target market. That is my biggest tool. A lot of people that you see who are creating digital content, it's all over the place because it's for everybody. And so you're missing those who are looking for specific things that they need help with, or a problem that needs to be solved in the marketplace. Also, lead magnets. When you're leading in your content, when you're putting things out, not only in the content development of the collateral, but when you're posting it, what are you saying? Some people look at the flyer or look at the collateral and don't read the content that you're adding with it. So you kind of have to have two, you have to have both of them within both, in case one read one and one look at the other, or vice versa. So one of the things that I do, every post it's target specific, and I have a lead magnet that's attached to it. Because if that's just like if you're going to a movie theater and you're an adult, when you go into a PG or a G-rated movie, you're not looking for something rated R. So that's how you have to look at it when you're building collateral as well. You have to be target specific and have a lead magnet. So those who are looking for specifics that you're offering is going to grab their attention at the very beginning of them just looking at the content and the collateral. So those are the two things that I would say. And then also, when you have a lead magnet, what are you offering them? Sometimes if you offer somebody something by reading or even having it in the collateral, it will bring exposure to your brand, and it will lead them to either call you, inbox you, email you, go to your website. So whatever the case may be, you have to have those three components. It has to be something that's target specific, that's helping help a problem within the marketplace. a lead magnet, and then something that's going to draw them to want to call you or contact you. So those are the things that I make sure with every post that I have. And hashtags. Hashtags are very,
very good.
important.
Yeah.
Very important. There are a lot of people who don't like hashtags, but I will tell you, I'm a hashtag girl, and I search through hashtags on social media platforms. And so you have to understand that create your own hashtag, but use the general hashtags as well, because that puts you in a group that you will never, in millions of people will be able to see your business based on that hashtag. So that is very important. I make sure that I do the hashtags as well, because that can put you in a whole nother group of people that will bring exposure to your business as well, that's looking for your specific product.
Absolutely. And I mean, those are some really good nuggets. We might need to charge for this broadcast.
Absolutely.
But you brought up something that I don't think enough people do, which is find out what their audience needs or what their specific needs are. Now, without giving away too many trade secrets, what are some things that people can do simply to find out what their audience needs? I mean, because I think sometimes we just feel like, oh, she's doing it. It looks easy. Let me throw up the video. People are going to catch on. They're going to get it. And we really don't even know what our market is serving. So how can we find out from our target market what they're really looking for?
Well, it's some of the things that and I want to make sure that I mention this. Some don't know what social media platforms are even for. Like, why, when it comes to business, why do we utilize social media platforms?
Right.
Social media platforms, some believe that they're supposed to get all their clients off of social media. But what social media is utilized for is for relationships and building trust with potential clients. So what do you do in that aspect? You can do polls on social media. You can join groups. There are so many groups on social media that are requesting certain things. There's so many groups that are looking for businesses. You can network on social media. So those are the things that I would do as well. Just making sure that you use every avenue to bring exposure and see what the marketplace is looking for. If you do polls, there's sometimes you can just have lead magnets on your page and see, is anybody looking for A, B, C, D, and E? Are you a child that is in need of, are you a parent that is looking for a tutor in this area? So all of those things are lead magnets. And of course, building the relationships on social media. As I said, if you build trust on social media with those, if you continue to network and have a conversation with people, you can easily ask, are you looking for something after you've built that relationship? And there are plenty of groups that are always asking, or plenty of people that are on social media that are asking for recommendations for certain things. But you have to make your hot market is your friends and family, of course. Your warm market or your friends, and then your cold market. So how do you make your cold market warm? You have to build those relationships. You have to communicate. You have to post things on social media that's going to have engagement for you to build the trust in them, so that when you put something out there to offer, then they'll be more accepted of wanting to, either they need your services or they'll refer somebody else that needs your services as well.
Absolutely. And I'm totally in agreement with that, because sometimes they may not be your person, but if you've built a relationship and people see this is what you do, then when other people, because I'm really big at this, I'm big at referrals, right? If I see that someone is an expert in something and my friends call me and they're like, hey, I'm looking for X, Y, do you know somebody? Because they know I'm that kind of connector, right? Then and have to have worked with you literally. I don't even have to know you, but I know your quality of work because of your commitment to build relationships, right? On using social media. So it isn't always about the sell. I love that. I love that.
They will eventually you will get a sale, whether it be from them, whether it be a referral. Consistency is key. When someone sees that you're committed, when they see that you have recommendations, when they see that you have people that are are speaking of your character when it comes to business. That builds relationships, even though they may not need your services today, or may be delayed, but that doesn't mean it's denied. So you may get their services, or they may need your services or your product maybe later on down the line. But as long as you're consistent with who you are, your credibility is good in the marketplace, then you will eventually either get them as a client or potential client, or someone that they know, as you said, a referral. That will go a long way. Referrals, word of mouth is awesome. But eventually, once you get out of your heart market, you have to understand, what do I need to do? Because you can't just sit. And so that's why digital marketing is really, it's something that you have to be consistent at. There are a lot of businesses right now that during the pandemic realized that, Lord, where's my marketing coming from? Because people can't, let's just the mail stopped. So when the mail stopped, or the mail got slowed down, so any of the offline marketing that you were doing, newspapers, magazines, flyers that was getting sent in the mail, all those things stopped. But if you had digital marketing, it would have continued to move, and your business wouldn't lay dormant because you didn't have digital marketing in place. So it's very important. And if this season didn't teach a lesson of consistency and making sure that you have the right tools in place, because right now we are in a digital world. We are in an online world. And if that's what we are, then we just have to make sure that we're spending money in the right places with the right people in order to bring exposure and potential clients to your businesses.
Absolutely. And I love what you said about consistency. And consistency is different for everybody. There may be some people who need to be online every day, delivering their message. But if that's not you, consistent for you could be every Tuesday.
Yes.
Every Tuesday, 12 o'clock, you're consistently there. Yes. You're just like Greenleaf or any of the other TV shows that are consistently coming on one time a week. People may, if you deliver the right kind of content, people will be there. I mean, am I right? Consistency doesn't
absolutely correct.
Every day. Yeah.
No, it doesn't have to be every day. And some of my clients, I ask them, what is going to be consistent for you? Because if I tell you consistency and that's not what your consistency look like, then you won't be consistent. So we have to make a decision if you're going to post. And then here's the thing. We're looking for things that happen consistently, like Greenleaf. We're looking for that to be on a certain day, a certain time. So if there is somebody that's looking for what you have to offer, then you have to be consistent in doing that. And there's a right way to do it and there's a wrong way to do it. But, you just have to be consistent.
Absolutely. Oh my gosh. As soon as you said that there's a wrong way to do it, I was like, yes, yes, there is. And I've seen it. I've even participated in it. Yes.
It's absolutely the wrong. It's a learning lesson.
Which brings us to the a point that we haven't really talked about is the trial and error side of it.
Yes.
Right? Because you do have to go through that season of trial and error. Like everybody does not come out the gate swinging. It takes time to build, and the more momentum you build, the better off you are. So let's talk about that trial and error. Like what are you noticing in the marketplace from a trial and error perspective?
Well, I'm noticing that people are just all over the place. Like they are all over the place. They aren't specific in what it is that they're offering. Also, you have to understand that you're building a legacy. This is not something that you won't hop up tomorrow, and just because you think that this is what it's supposed to look at like, or what you're supposed to say, doesn't mean that it's going to be accepted in the marketplace. So you have to understand that what you put out is branding your business. And I'll say this as well. There are a lot of people, a lot of marketing people, and I'm going to just be transparent. There are a lot of marketing, digital people that have businesses that are sharing the wrong information with clients. So what does that do for me? That makes my job so much harder, because you do not have a level of expertise in that area and you're saying the wrong thing. So people are spending dollars that they really don't have in a space where they trust an individual to do certain things and they aren't doing it, right? So what happens is you have those who are saying you need to change your logo, you need to change your colors. Polo had the same polo horse for all of these years. It didn't matter what the horse looked like. It mattered what the content, what was made after the horse. It's been branded all this time. So for those who thinking that you got to go up and change everything, that is not the case. You brand the logo does not brand you. So that's just something that I'll just go out and give for free. Listen.
Come on.
But
well, I'm really thinking about repackaging this. I really
listen. You know, I have a passion for people. I really want people to succeed and really want them to win. And so I just hate when I have someone that reaches out to me that is really reluctant or are scared and don't want to trust me because of what they're being told. I tell people all the time, you have to go through the process of understanding. I need to know what it is that you want me to do before I can say what it is that I'm going to do. And if I can't do it, then I can't do it. But first I have to understand what it is that you need. And so a lot of others who are in this same space, they need to understand, you need to share with those who you're working with, this is what I'm looking for. And let them have the expertise in sharing, okay, if this is what you're looking for at my level of expertise, this is what could happen. But I think you need to go this route. The ultimate decision is yours, but because I know the difference, this is what you should do. And I think a lot of people don't understand the process. They just want it. They want it. They want to spend the money. They see what's on social media, but don't understand. So guess what? If it doesn't work the way that you were promised, then you lose credibility. The business loses credibility because they didn't deliver what you wanted them to deliver, but you never even shared what it was that you really wanted. So those are some things that I wanted to share as well, because right now it's really difficult, and digital marketing is really something that's really needed for every business, but people don't understand the process and what needs to take place in order for you to get results. And so I would share with people as well, you know, just make sure that you go in with knowing what it is that you need, and then let them share with you what they can offer you based on your desire of what you need for your business.
Absolutely, which you know, is a perfect segue into the summit that's coming up that you're going to be a part of.
Yes.
Birthing Your Greatness Summit. I'm going to go ahead and share on our screen that information. The Birthing Your Greatness Summit. It starts in about 7 days, guys. And in this summit, successful business owners will reveal their secrets to building you and your business. We've come together, the CollaborativeU team, and we've put together a summit that you'll learn the power of telling your story, selling your knowledge. And we're holistic. So we're talking health, we're talking digital marketing strategies, your words having power. So being able to, because the Bible says life and death is in the power of the tongue. So what are you saying? What are you saying about yourself? What are you saying about your business? Learning how to close 6-figure deals. Y'all, we have a strategist like none other that that's going to help you learn how to do corporate deals, developing the gift in you, creating your own personalized 6-figure blueprint. And for some of you, it may even be a 7-figure blueprint. And so let me get on down to our guest today. Meka Diamond will be the president and marketing strategist. Your topic is making digital matter, the 5-step process of planning and executing a digital marketing strategy. Guys, this summit should cost thousands of dollars, literally, because of the wealth of knowledge that we have as far as the team is concerned. But we're doing this summit for free. And why are we doing it for free? Because we recognize, just like me said, that we're building a know, like, and trust factor. And so in us building a know, like, and trust factor, we know that we've got to show you what we're about before you'll invest your dollars. So we're absolutely excited about that. I will give you the let me give you the link. I'm going to post the link up there. Meka, we have one more minute in my closing while I'm getting that link posted. Is there anything you'd like to say in closing?
Of course. Well, first, thank you for allowing me to speak on the CollaborativeU platform. I'm super excited about what's to come in the next couple of weeks. As you said, it is thousands of dollars of an investment, but for free. That means that we are really excited and really want people to win and be successful in their businesses. So I'm excited to be a part. And also in this season, in this pivotal point that we are all in, just make sure that you are asking questions. Ask questions and make sure that those that you are spending money with, that they are delivering what it is that your needs are. Ask them. We, as a business owner, we should not be subject to not answering questions. We should make you feel comfortable and you trust what it is that we say. And also just make sure the foundation of your business is good, is intact. There are a lot of those who jumped and got a DBA and they feel as if they are a business owner and they have all the necessary tools to continue to grow a successful business, but it's so much more than that. And so if you are in this summit, if you are joining us for this summit, you will see that there are so many other avenues, so many segues, and so much more education that you can receive that will help you along the way so that you can bless somebody else and help them as well. And that's the ultimate goal, to make sure that you receive what it is that you need, and then you go out and you help somebody else to get theirs as well.
Absolutely. Wow. Our time went by so
It did. I feel like I want to say so much more.
I know. We'll have to do this again. Absolutely. Thank you again for spending your time with us on the CollaborativeU TV. We thank each and every one of you guys who are joining us live or on the replay. Our live broadcast, it will replay again tonight at 7 p.m. So for those of you who couldn't make it, we'll see you then. But thank you for joining the CollaborativeU TV, where we educate, empower, and inspire you in your business and in your regular life. I'm Dethea, your chief correspondent, and we are out. Peace.